Right now, we're live on Madison's Near East Side, where police are investigating a homicide. And presidential candidates and their campaigns are making their way to Madison. How Michael Bloomberg's team got things started today. Plus, we check in with the League of Women Voters, who are celebrating a special milestone this week.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
Good evening, and thanks for joining News 3 Now at 6. I'm Keely Arthur. We're following some breaking news tonight out of Madison, where authorities are investigating a homicide on the city's Near East Side. That's where our Gabriela Becerra joins us live. Gabby, what can you tell us right now?
Keely, as you can see, this scene is still very active. Police say this happened in the 100 block of North Blair Street, which is part of Madison's Near East Side. When police arrived, they found a man who had died of a gunshot wound. They have not identified the man yet and are asking the public to avoid this area if possible. It's unclear when the man was shot or who else is involved. Authorities say the investigation is still ongoing, but they are telling us that they do believe this was a targeted incident. And now it's a busy weekend here in downtown Madison with the Frozen Assets Winter Festival happening. So if you have any information, you're asked to call the Madison Area Crime Stoppers. Keely?
All right, Gabby, thank you. And Madison police say they are going to hold a news conference soon at the City County building. We are planning on taking that live. But switching gears now to weather, and Dana Fulton is in with our first warn weather, and you are tracking some snow.
It is going to be a very busy Sunday for us. We already have winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories, and in fact, for most of southern Wisconsin, this is for Sunday though. Tonight things are going to stay quiet. The pink there, those are winter storm warnings. So basically areas north and west of Lone Rock, and then for the rest of the area under winter weather advisories due to the travel conditions tomorrow. Right now our Doppler is quiet, but the snow is going to be coming down throughout the day on Sunday, causing some moderate impacts to your driving, some slick spots, of course, walking around on any sidewalks, and you're going to definitely need to clear this one up. 3 to 6 inches likely around Madison, but we'll take a closer look at timing and those accumulation totals in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Dana. The League of Women Voters in Janesville and Beloit are looking forward to the 2020 election, and today they celebrated 100 years of the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter shares what it means for this group.
Well, today's event was to celebrate the progress made over the last 100 years. It highlighted issues still to change in years to come. Inside Cargill United Methodist Church, nearly 100 members of the League of Women Voters celebrated 100 years, although they say they're already focused on this year.
Our big emphasis is on voter education and registration. So we're working hard to register voters for the upcoming elections this spring and in the fall.
Today, gerrymandering across the state of Wisconsin was a main topic of discussion, as members of the group wrote letters to state lawmakers to consider a fairer system. President Linda Reinhardt says it's a matter of education.
We're trying to reach out to new voters, whether they're high school or college students or new citizens, and people that may be underrepresented.
In attendance at today's lunch, Elections Commission Administrator Megan Wolf, who says despite the issues with the Iowa caucus, Wisconsin voters should feel confident headed into this year's election.
A huge distinction that should make Wisconsin voters feel really good about our process is only election officials, election professionals run elections here in Wisconsin. In Iowa or caucus states, that's actually a process run by the party.
Today's 100-year celebration, a reminder the group is stronger in numbers.
We work together, and we want to build coalitions with other groups that are also nonpartisan but are working for good public policy.
And while so much progress has been made over the last 100 years, the group says they're fully ready to take on the challenges that could be seen in the next century. In Janesville, Adam Duxter, News 3 Now.
Other topics of conversation today included voter security and misinformation leading up to this year's elections. For more details, you can visit our website, channel3000.com. Well, election season is in full swing in Madison, too. Democratic presidential candidate Michael Bloomberg opened his second campaign office in Wisconsin today on South Carroll Street in Madison. Award-winning actor Michael Douglas, who endorsed Bloomberg earlier in his campaign, spoke at the office's grand opening just 3 days after his father, legendary actor Kirk Douglas, died at the age of 103.
And I said, Dad, Mike's running. Mike is running. And we both know Mike Bloomberg forever. I said, Dad, I'm all in. And he said, gave me the thumbs up.
The president's Wisconsin re-election campaign, Trump Victory, is responding to the opening of Bloomberg's new Madison office. In a statement, the campaign said in part his efforts to control every aspect of our lives will be soundly rejected by Wisconsin voters. Bloomberg is the second major Democratic candidate to open an office in Madison. Senator Elizabeth Warren's campaign opened an office on Main Street last month. Warren was one of the 7 candidates on stage last night at the Democratic presidential debate in New Hampshire. Candidates are spending their weekend crisscrossing that state ahead of the primary on Tuesday. The latest polls show Senator Bernie Sanders leading the pack, followed by Mayor Pete Buttigieg and Warren. Former Vice President Joe Biden is sitting in 4th place. Milwaukee police have arrested 2 suspects involved in the shooting death of a 5-year-old boy earlier this morning. Authorities responded to a shooting on the city's north side around 1:10 a.m. Officials found Jamal Anderson Jr. suffering from a gunshot wound, and he later died from his injuries. A GoFundMe has been set up for Anderson's family. Anyone with information is asked to contact Milwaukee police. In Thailand, a manhunt is underway for a Thai soldier accused of killing at least 20 people in a shooting spree near Bangkok. Officials say he started at a military site and then sent shoppers running for cover in a mall. The suspect is an ammunition officer for a battalion unit. His motive is not currently known. Chinese authorities are trying to slow the rapid spread of the coronavirus. Mainland China suffered its deadliest day yet, with the death toll rising above 720 just yesterday. An American citizen is now also among the dead. As Meredith Woods reports, travelers returning to the U.S. from the epicenter are under quarantine.
The United States Embassy in Beijing confirms a U.S. citizen has died from the coronavirus, marking the first known coronavirus-related death of an American. The 6-year-old patient died at a hospital in Wuhan, China on February 6th, embassy officials said on Saturday. Some 800 people, including U.S. citizens, their immediate family members, and permanent legal residents were evacuated from Wuhan.
I'm being evacuated via a chartered plane that my country has sent to take us out. Oh my gosh. What?
The 2 evacuation flights are likely the last, according to State Department officials. Both landed Friday, one destined for San Diego, California, the other for Omaha, Nebraska. All the evacuees will remain under a 14-day mandatory quarantine, which started the day they left China, as health officials monitor them for symptoms.
And you can see in the back, there's 2 tents set up in this compound that they will provide any emergency medical cares here.
Cruises are also under scrutiny. In New Jersey, health officials screened more than 24 passengers and took 4 to the hospital for further evaluation after a 12-day trip. Royal Caribbean has delayed the ship's next scheduled departure. The company says it's ramping up sanitation efforts as a precaution. I'm Meredith Wood reporting.
More than 60 cases of coronavirus have been confirmed aboard a cruise ship docked in Japan, making it the single highest concentration of infected people outside mainland China. Officials across 28 countries and territories have confirmed nearly 35,000 cases worldwide. The Better Business Bureau is issuing a warning amid the coronavirus outbreak. They say to watch out for low-quality counterfeit masks. Some online retailers might reportedly take your money and never send a mask. Others might just take your credit card information. The CDC says masks might not even be a good option for the general public anyways. More local news now. Madison area piano students are striking a chord today to help sick kids. The 28th annual Piano Playathon just wrapped up at the Barnes & Noble near Westtown Mall. About 180 students played nonstop for 8 hours to raise money for the American Family Children's Hospital. Money raised today will go to the music therapy program at the hospital. The Overture Center celebrated the life of former Overture CEO Sandra Gajic. Today, Gajic passed away in early December after a 7-month battle with cancer. Today's celebration included a reading of some of her poetry and a musical performance from one of her close friends. Tonight on News 3 Now at 10, hear from those who put on the ceremony and how the Overture Center looks to make her memory live on. Well, coming up next on News 3 Now at 6, tomorrow is one of Hollywood's biggest nights. We'll take you behind the scenes with more on how the stars are getting ready for the Oscars.
My line of work, I come face to face with a lot of behinds. So I know there's a big need for Gas X Maximum Strength. It works fast, relieving pressure, bloating, and discomfort before you know it. So no one needs to know you've got gas. Gas X.
When cravings come on strong, be stronger with Nicorette Coated Ice Mint, layered with flavor. It's the first and only coated nicotine lozenge for an amazing taste that outlasts your craving. Nicorette Ice Mint.
Built for your next adventure, it's the 2020 Subaru Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller. With symmetrical all-wheel drive, the Crosstrek has vehicle dynamics control and EyeSight driver assist technology. Lease the Crosstrek Premium, $239 per month plus tax, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, no security deposit, $1939 due at signing. Get all-wheel drive plus MPG. The 2020 Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller Subaru, West on Odana or East Side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
Managing type 2 diabetes? Dimitri's on it. Eating right and getting those steps in?
On it.
Dimitri thinks he's doing all he can to manage his type 2 diabetes and heart disease. But is his treatment doing enough to lower his heart risk?
Sorry.
Maybe not. Jardiance can reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who also have known heart disease. So it could help save your life from a heart attack or stroke. And it lowers A1C.
Jardiance can cause serious side effects, including dehydration, genital yeast or urinary tract infections, and sudden kidney problems. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. A rare but life-threatening bacterial infection in the skin of the perineum could occur. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this bacterial infection, ketoacidosis, or an allergic reaction. Do not take Jardiance if you are on dialysis or have severe kidney problems. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar.
Lower A1C and lower risk of a fatal heart attack?
On it. With Jardiance.
Ask your doctor about Jardiance.
Welcome back. Madison police are holding a news conference right now following a murder on the city's east side. We're going to take that live over at the City County building.
Correct.
Do you know an age range?
I can tell you that it's an adult, but we don't have an age range at this time.
Mm-hmm. As of right now, do you have a suspect or even a person of interest in?
I will say that we don't have anybody in custody at this time, but we are following up on some leads, and we'll continue to investigate until such time that we can place someone into custody.
Is this an area of Madison where you've heard of issues like this in the past, or is this relatively new for that intersection there?
Well, unfortunately, I think something like this can happen anywhere. It doesn't matter what part of town it's in. This is not an area that's notoriously troubled or that we have a lot of instances of violence. But again, I think it's safe to say this could happen anywhere in the city.
Mm-hmm. Do you know how much longer officers are going to be on scene for?
I would expect that Blair Street will be closed well into the night.
Mm-hmm. In the incident report that was released earlier this afternoon, you asked that, or it was asked that people avoid the area. Is that going to essentially be the case for the rest of the night?
Yeah, I think just for their own... there's not a lot of traffic in that area, so it's not congested or anything, but just to avoid having to use detours or get stuck in traffic, it would be best to avoid the area.
Now, at this point, it is believed to not have been a targeted shooting, not be a random act of violence?
We don't believe that this was a random act of violence.
Okay. Now, I heard from people on the scene and neighbors living in the area that this might have been a high school student. Do you have any idea if there's any credence to that?
I don't believe that to be true.
Okay. Do you guys have any questions? Is there anything else that you'd like to mention that we haven't touched on?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. I think we're good then.
Okay. I would say that just kind of off the record, the idea that it's a high school student.
To recap what we are hearing from Madison police right now regarding a homicide on the city's Near East Side at the 100 block of North Blair that happened around 3:45. A man was found shot to death in the 100 block, and we will bring you more details, and we will be right back after this break.
Now through February 13th, join Planet Fitness for only 25 cents down, $10 a month. Sure, you could flip truck tires.
I flip truck tires.
Or flip out over all this. Tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join now for only 25 cents down, $10 a month. And no truck tires. Join in club or at planetfitness.com. Hurry, deal ends Thursday, February 13th.
5 Madison area locations. Offer expires February 13th. Stop in and see us today.
4 years ago, I felt awful because of my psoriasis. I was covered from head to toe with it. I was afraid to show my skin. Every time I moved my arm, my skin cracked and bled. It really hurt. Then I started Cosentyx. That was 4 years ago. How are you? Now, I don't really think about it. See me.
Cosentyx works fast to give you clear skin that can last. Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentyx. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur.
See me. I look and feel better.
Ask your dermatologist if Cosentyx could help you move past the pain of psoriasis.
Choosing a window replacement company is tough. We asked our customers why they love their new Champion windows.
So working with Champion was such a great experience that they've made our home much more comfortable now.
We have saved 25 to 30% on our energy bill since installing the windows, which blew my mind.
Right now, Champion Comfort 365 windows are buy two, get one free. Plus, buy now and pay nothing for a year.
I love my new Champion windows.
Let Champion help you fall in love with your home. Book your free in-home consultation online or call 888-930-CHAMPION today.
Well, welcome back. The Wisconsin Union gave community members and UW-Madison students a reason to get outside this weekend. Hundreds went out to Alumni Park at the Memorial Union Terrace for the annual Winter Carnival. The outdoor dance party featured art activities and views of a blow-up Lady Liberty on the lake. The Winter Carnival tradition started back in 1979 as a prank by a student political group. And now let's get a look at your first warn weather. Today was a good day, but Dana, things are going to change.
It was definitely good to see a nice crowd out there today because tomorrow's not exactly going to be very wintry outside, but not a good day to be traveling around. We have an alert day in the forecast for Sunday. The snow is going to pick up overnight and then continue throughout the day. Moderate to heavy snowfall at times. Accumulation totals landing anywhere from 3 to 8 inches for our area, with the highest amounts north of the Dells, well north of the Dells. So right now we're mostly cloudy. Some flurries possible over the next few hours, but the bulk of the snow is really going to hold off until we get after midnight. Once we get to about 2-3 o'clock, we start to see light snow along the very western edge of the state. Once that snow starts to creep in and move east, it stays throughout the morning. And again, I can't stress this enough. At times, we are going to have very heavy snowfall, so visibility will be reduced at times for big areas, not just small little individual swaths as the snow comes on through. So travel conditions tomorrow definitely going to be impacted by what's coming down. Also, the fact that the snow is going to stay steady throughout the morning, so road conditions are just going to be messy even later on in the afternoon. So here's mid-afternoon. We're expecting the chance for a little bit of freezing rain to mix in with the snow along the state line as temperatures will creep into the mid-30s for afternoon highs. But this really starts to taper off late in the evening. Some flurries possible in the evening and early overnight Sunday into Monday. But there's no snow coming down for Monday. In fact, we'll have a partly sunny sky. A little colder outside for Monday and Tuesday, but overall a nice 2 days to get everything cleaned up. Again, that freezing line is going to get pretty close in the afternoon and evening, so we'll be watching those road conditions. Get to see some icier spots closer to the state line, but the rain chance is all going to stay down into Illinois and Indiana. Snow accumulation totals will be highest stretching from Green Bay to La Crosse. Most of us seeing about 3 to 6 inches, so enough that you are going to have to shovel off the driveway, shovel off the sidewalks, make sure everything's cleaned up to start off your Monday. During the day, though, this is going to continue to fall, so some residential roads might not get hit, might not get cleaned up until Sunday night and early Monday. You want to give yourself a little extra time Monday morning to make sure you can get the sidewalks wiped. So we do have an alert day in the forecast for Sunday because of the travel conditions during the day. Temperature-wise, we'll be in the mid to low 30s for afternoon highs, and it'll be a little warmer again along the Wisconsin-Illinois state line, so that's where we could see a better chance for a little bit of freezing rain mixing in with the light snow. Monday and Tuesday, we're partly sunny. Wednesday, there's a small chance for some light snow at night into Thursday, but we're really not expecting a lot of accumulation with that event, just a little light dusting to come on through to add on top of what we'll be getting on Sunday. For your Valentine's Day on Friday, it is going to be a little cold outside. Afternoon highs close to 30, overnight lows in the single digits. And then as we look ahead into the following weekend and then next week, some light snow chances will be building on in yet again. But tomorrow would be a really great day to just stay home if you can.
Yeah, your advice to everyone has been don't drive.
Just don't drive. And again, it's not just for your own safety, but the folks out trying to run the snow plows, try to get the parking lots cleaned up. They can't do that if you're out on the roads.
Kind of works out nicely that it's a Sunday. Thank you, Dana. Well, still to come on News 3 Now at 6, the Badgers trying to get over one of their worst performances of the season. What's the key to success tomorrow against Ohio State? Melissa will tell us after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The ups and downs of frequent mood swings can plunge you into deep, depressive lows. Take you to uncontrollable highs. Or make you feel both at once. Overwhelmed by bipolar 1 symptoms? Ask about Vraylar. Some medications only treat the lows or the highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1. Full spectrum relief of all symptoms with just 1 pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction. Or uncontrollable muscle movements may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Metabolic changes may occur. Movement dysfunction, restlessness, sleepiness, stomach issues are common side effects. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
Wherever we want to go, auto-save your way there with Chase. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Squeaky, creaky, leaky entry doors from big box stores should be ignored. Scott the window guy does entry doors. He can do yours and so much more.
We do entry doors at scottthewindowguy.com.
Right now at Steinhafels, dinner and a movie is on us. Save 35% store-wide on the largest selection of quality furniture at the guaranteed lowest price. Like this American-made solid wood dining table, now just $7.99. Or this Amish-made handcrafted dining table priced to sell out at $10.99. Relax in this American-made 3-piece sectional, now $20.99. Hurry into Steinhafels to get great savings plus dinner and a movie on us. Only at Steinhafels.
Several inches of snow are on the way, and several Wisconsin cities are under winter weather advisories. We'll tell you how much you'll have to shovel by Sunday night.
And how much more could fall during the week ahead. Join us Sunday at 6:30.
Insomnia is more than just a bad night's sleep.
It can actually contribute to serious health problems.
But which treatments are effective and safe? Experts share surprising facts you need to know. Monday on News 3 Now at 10.
Well, the women's hockey
team facing some adversity today at Minnesota Mankato. The top-ranked Badgers, they went into the third period down 3-0. Sophie Shirley scoring her 26th goal of the season on a Wisconsin power play, but it was just too little too late for the Badgers. They lose, believe it or not, bringing their 5-game win streak to an end. That should be flipped there. But anyways, the team back at home at Le Bon next weekend to host Ohio State. The men's hockey team trying to salvage this series against Michigan. Meanwhile, the Wolverines scoring 8 goals last night. That's the most the Badgers have allowed this season. Puck drops at 6:30 in Ann Arbor. Well, the last time the Badgers played Ohio State, the Buckeyes were ranked 5th, but they were also without Kyle Young, one of their starters, when Wisconsin won 61-57 in Columbus. And both of these teams are very different now. The Badgers coming off of one of their worst performances of the season when they lost at Minnesota on Wednesday, shooting a season-low 28% from the field. But some high points. Aleem Ford put up 11 points, back-to-back games with double figures for the first time in 2 seasons. And amidst all the drama and chatter, Greg Gard's advice to his players has never changed.
He just told us to stick together. There's been a lot of different circumstances happening over the past couple weeks. So his main message was just to stick together, play for one another, try to block out the outside noise and really rally around one another.
Elsewhere in the Big Ten today, Michigan State at Michigan. Spartans struggling as of late. We pick it up in the second half. Cassius Winston from the top of the key to make it a 1-point game. Winston with a game-high 20. Later, Xavier Simpson driving, lays it in for the Wolverines. Michigan up 4. Simpson led Michigan with 16 points. Then Eli Brooks with the ball up to one-handed alley-oop slam by John Teske. Spartans have lost 3 in a row since losing in Madison 1 week ago. 77-68 the final. Quite the sight to see at halftime of this afternoon's Purdue-Indiana game. Bobby Knight, the general, back at Assembly Hall for the first time since he was fired in 2000. The 79-year-old was there for the 40-year anniversary of the 1979-1980 team. Isaiah Thomas hugging him there, and Randy Whitman also in attendance. They both played for Coach Knight, of course. In his 29 years at the school, the Hoosiers won 662 games, made 24 NCAA tournament appearances. He was infamous for his colorful language and was fired from Indiana for reportedly choking a player during practice. Finally tonight, on the opposite spectrum of things, Jennifer King and the Washington Redskins, they're making history. Head coach Ron Rivera has hired King as a full-time assistant coach, making her the first African-American female coach in the NFL. Now, King and Rivera, they're not strangers to each other. She was actually a coaching intern when he was head coach of the Panthers. She also coached in the now-defunct AAF League and played in the Women's Football Alliance. So every year, we're making some kind of stride. It's pretty cool, I think, to see.
Yeah, some girl power there, some girl power here. And Dana, you said people should stay home tomorrow if they can.
Yes, I really don't think it's a good idea to be out on the roads tomorrow. I know everyone's got 4-wheel drive vehicles and we're in Wisconsin and we can handle it, but we are expecting the snow to come down heavy at times. And again, you got to think about the folks that need to get this all cleaned up. So snowfall throughout the day tomorrow. May see a little freezing rain mixed in with that, mainly south of Madison, as temperatures will approach the mid-30s in the afternoon. So we have an alert day in the forecast really due to the travel impacts tomorrow. Winter weather advisories in effect for most of southern Wisconsin with winter storm warnings areas north and west of Lone Rock. For Monday and Tuesday, partly sunny skies will be close to 30, so seasonably cold in the afternoon. Light snow possible Wednesday night into Thursday. Not a lot of accumulation coming on through. And for your Valentine's Day on Friday, just a little cold outside, but not too bad.
Pretty seasonable.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Dana, and thank you for watching. We'll have more on that homicide on News 3 Now at 10.